We are seeing today that the tier 2 and the tier 3 cities, they are rapidly becoming the new frontiers of entrepreneurial innovations. And thus what is happening is that a more diverse and a more inclusive ecosystem is being developed beyond the major metros. But one challenge which the tier 2 and tier 3 cities are facing is of the retention and of the attraction of the top talents. So, what do you suggest? How should the HR business leaders formulate new HR strategies so that organizations can be able to retain top talents in these cities?
My observation is different. My observation is that the first part which you talked about is correct. There is a lot of talent pool which is available in so-called B or C. Though I don't believe in that philosophy of civic development, but a lot of talent is available in such cities. Secondly, the talent which comes from so-called smaller cities is their stay in the organization, their conduct in the organization is much better than when you compare in a long run. The contribution is much higher of people who are coming from smaller towns and cities. Number one, their value system, the culture, the family system is very well placed. Secondly, their ability to, in a very harmonious way, live with people, connect with people is much higher. The individualism, particularly in the current context of the world and the future context which is going to emerge, this collaboration is a huge skill. So the individual intellect or the talent will not matter as much as the teamwork, the collective performance of the teams. So on the one side, the first side of the question is very much correct, ma'am. A lot of people are joining and consciously the organizations are changing their recruitment plans. So rather just going to the top institutions, now consciously they are going to all institutions across the length and breadth of the country. As far as the second side which you talked about, it is partially true. I will not say that it is entirely not correct, but there is a lot of work which is happening across, whether it is the government sector, whether it is government undertakings or multinational companies, private organizations, and HR is playing a huge role there. Human resources, workforce plan has emerged as a very important competency. Even in National HRD network, the framework or HRScape framework, workforce plan has emerged as a very critical competency. And I must share with you that least scoring when we do the competency assessment, workforce plan has emerged where people are not very well aware of. So I completely agree with you. There's a lot of work which has to happen in that area, which is the core of human resources. Yes.
So how do you think CIMP can collaborate with the National HRD network to create a class of skilled managers?
There is a huge, it's a white canvas actually. So as much as we can imagine and reimagine, that is the level of collaboration which is available, and NHRD will be very happy to explore whatever we can do. Few of the core ideas which comes to my mind is one is preparing students for the industry needs. So where industry suffers is when you recruit people, a lot of effort goes into the training for development purposes. If the college has access to industry leaders, then it reduces the gap. The requirement which the industry needs and the students when they join, if it was N, then with the industry input it will become N minus whatever. So we will reduce that gap. That is one area which I can clearly see. Second is also how to face the world, how to write an email, how to talk to people over phone. These are considered to be very day-to-day life skill, but it is not taught everywhere. It is not taught. Collaboration with industry bodies like National HRD Network certainly helps people to bridge that gap. Third, the cutting edge thought process. Like today we are on 24th, 28th we are going to do a program which is only focusing on the compliances in Maharashtra. Now that kind of program you will not find in academic institutions mostly. Soon we are going to, last night only we have planned to roll out. Now new codes are going to be there in India. So what the wage code will mean, what the different codes will, how it's going to impact the industry. That kind of programs can be offered and can be leveraged by the students of this institution.
Don't you think there is immense potential in Bihar? But then there is a big challenge in the form of employment generation, lack of employment generation. So how do you think the HR leaders can contribute to make Bihar an employment hub?
There are two sides to your question. The one side doesn't fall in our scope because we cannot do about the political side of this question. We have no role there, frankly. The other side of the coin, certainly we have a role because when you talk about HR professionals, they are a very prime party as far as the recruitments are concerned, as the training and development is concerned, their succession planning, leadership charting is concerned. So that's very, very important, and 100% I agree with you that Bihar has a lot of potential, and people, just before Vinayji was talking to you and he also talked to you about the fact that people who have gone out, they have done great service to not only to India but across the globe. So HR is already doing a bit in this area, and there is a huge scope available, and I'm sure more and more as the economy is going to be more, I would say, structured, it is going to be more organized, because our GDP is growing, we are already fifth. By 2029, we will be the third largest economy in the world. So, and with the financial inclusion, I can clearly see that the other side, which I said I will not like to comment, they will also focus more on growth, development, more industries, whether in manufacturing or in services, so that more jobs will become local.
Thank you, sir.